G'day Spurs fans, Paul the Hotspur hippie. Just working, so this might be one of those videos where I teleport all over the place if the Uberometer gets going, but I'm just having a bit of a chuckle to myself, and I thought I'd have a little stream of consciousness chat. Now, someone sent me an article about and they're following it up, and I can't stop laughing, about some of the hard training practices that Gareth Southgate employed as part of England's preparations to conquer Europe in the Euros, and it involved staying at a luxury golf and spa resort. Also on hand were cryogenic chambers. I don't know what that is. I thought that was one of those weird fads that rich people do to freeze themselves when they cark it, and then they think they're going to come back to life. I mean, hey, take their money. So I don't quite know what that, something cold. I mean, is it just a bath full of ice? I mean, I know about the hot bath, cold ice sort of routine, but well, we've come a long way from that. We're using cryogenic chambers, and there was a yoga instructor, and best of all, a breathing coach. So a breathing coach. People have to be told how to breathe. I'm in the wrong game, man. I'm in the wrong game. I've decided I'm gonna quit Uber. I'm gonna quit Uber, and I'm gonna become a how to have a crap coach. Now, I can't give all my secrets away, but it's basically a two-step process: push and sanitize. But to find out more, the more nuances, because there's secrets of where and when to do it, where and when not to do it. Sign up, drop me a comment below, and I don't know how much I'll charge. I'll see how much I can get away with. But breathing coach, man, a breathing coach. Can you believe it? There's more in 24, folks. There's more in 24. I've been saying this all year. Whatever was happening in 2023, apps, bullshit. 2024, there's more. We've now got breathing coaches for professional footballers. I mean, I thought it was just a natural consequence of running about a bit that you breathe a bit harder to get more oxygen in. It's kind of, your body looks after that sort of thing. I'm 52 years old, and as far as I'm aware, I haven't suffocated yet. Maybe I'm not doing it right, or maybe I'm just a natural at breathing. As I ping over here, well, it kind of explains why we didn't play football much when they were concentrating on important things like keeping cool, playing golf, and breathing in and out. And there's rumours coming out that the FA actually want to appoint the next manager sooner rather than later. I mean, let me think. Who's out of work? Who's really good? Jurgen Klopp. There you go. Why not just, if he wants the job, just give it to him. But I think we're going to get perhaps a person with a clipboard, a nice media presence, not too controversial. We don't want anyone like that, a bit bland, I'm hoping that actually Spurs, seeing how well they played against Hearts on the weekend, I wonder if the difference is breathing. I wonder if that's where we've been going wrong for the last 30 odd years since we picked up an FA Cup. We've forgotten how to breathe. And, maybe we could learn a thing from the FA and the Gareth Southgate setup. Hey, it's a game of fine margins, isn't it? If your diaphragm's a bit wobbly, I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. A breathing coach, man. Anyway, we've got a game tomorrow. Against Quarter Pounder Rubbish, them at Loftus Road, when they used to have a plastic pitch. A bit of nostalgia for me, because the last game I saw Tottenham live in was, I think it might have been 1994. It was at White Hart Lane, and it was Tottenham versus QPR, and it was a thrilling 1-1 draw. But I did get to see Jurgen Klinsmann score, so that was pretty cool. I think it's 94. It might have been 95. It wasn't long before I came to Australia. It was kind of bye-bye White Hart Lane. So that was it was still kind of nice. It was the first time that I'd been to White Hart Lane for a while actually, because I moved up and lived in Sheffield for a couple of years, and you know, putting all seats in the shelf, which I think they might have done in like 89, 90, something like that. It really took a lot away of the atmosphere, unfortunately. It seemed like the atmosphere had moved to the Paxton Road end, but I didn't know that, so I was in the shelf, and it was a bit like a swimming pool carnival, you know. Bring back standing in stadiums. I think they're calling it safe standing these days. That's what I heard that they're trialling at various grounds around the country. I think they're trialling this at White Hart Lane. Safe standing. Doesn't that sound like a whole load of fun? I'm sure there'll be standing monitors on guard to make sure. I mean, come on, there's more in 24, man. There's more in 24. I'm going crazy over this stuff. I used to love standing up in the terraces because, you know, me and my mates, we were like teenagers, and like when Tottenham scored a goal, you'd end up 50 metres from where you were standing originally. It'd just be a mass of humanity and rock and roll all letting loose, and it was wonderful. And yeah, sometimes you got a bit injured. I know what I did. I broke a finger once, but St John's ambulance sorted me out with a cup of tea and a biscuit. And I've never been the same since. So yeah, safe standing coming your way sooner or later. But I'm looking forward to the game against QPR tomorrow. It is at midnight Sydney time, so that's a fairly okay time for me. I think I will try and do a watch along. Depends, you know, if how tired I am, because you know, school holidays at the moment, slim picking, so I've been working a lot of hours, and I just didn't have it in me to do the watch along against Hearts the other morning, which is a shame because it was a very entertaining game, and well played to Hearts for having us and giving their players a trot out as well. Good luck to them in the Scottish Premier League. They came third last year. Hopefully they'll come, well, maybe second or third. I don't want them beating Celtic, but you know, it'd be good for them to leapfrog Rangers. What can we see in the QPR game, I wonder? Well, more of the same, please. More of the same. Maybe if the international players are finally back now, because they've all, even though, you know, I think only Romero has been in action up until now. Has he? Yeah, it's been Romero and Lascelles. So, well, if you call him in action in anything. But apparently when you go onto one of these tournaments, you get a couple extra weeks off. A little perk of being a capped player. So hopefully they're all back and we can see a proper defence. Funny, when I did a stream this morning, I didn't get the usual. I didn't get someone saying, "Oh, we failed to keep clean sheet again today." I haven't really seen that around the traps, but I don't care about clean sheets. If you win every game 5-1, I mean, that's all right, isn't it? Or what did we do against Cambridge United? Was that 7-2? Was that the one that was 7-2? I did have it then. Someone came on my chat and said, "Oh, no clean sheets." Like, I don't care if we win every game 7-6. We win the Premier League with a goal difference of plus 38. I don't care. 7-6. I'll have that all day long, man. All day long. We'll see whether QPR is a stiffer opposition or not. I mean, they shouldn't be stiff compared to us. Hopefully, they're still traumatised from the events of 1982. When we beat them in the FA Cup, and it's a cup final that is overlooked. I watched it. I watched it fairly recently, actually, and it is obviously overshadowed from a football spectacle point of view. I think of the '81 final against Manchester City, but I thought it was a really good, entertaining game, that replay. You know, and then when you know, Graham Roberts just decided to take the ball and go for a little excursion and win a penalty. Oh, that was great. And a little bit of a salty Terry Venables after the game, claiming that QPR were the better side. I mean, I God rest his soul. I like Terry Venables for what he did at Spurs, England, and the Australian national team, but he was wrong on that occasion. In fact, it was funny when Terry Venables became the Australian national coach. It was like a reverse of what I had to do with Ange Postecoglou. I had to educate football fans over here. No, Terry Venables is really good, really good. You know, you wait and see. Bit like I had to do with people over in England when Ange was made the coach, because they hadn't heard of him, they weren't aware of him. They are now though. He's been linked with the England job. I think there's zilch chance of that happening, thankfully. He's definitely not cut out for the FA suits, sitting in their Chesterfield sofas with their horn-rimmed glasses and their pipes, and their waistcoats and brown jackets with elbow patches and brill cream. Nah, Ange Postecoglou is not an FA kind of guy, and I think he was right to kind of straight back those questions he was getting after the game. Are you being linked with the England job? He seemed to be genuinely surprised first time he was asked. But, you know, keeps his cards close to his chest. And I think the benefit of playing a question like that with a straight bat instead of a flat-out denial is, well, there's probably going to be a question that he doesn't want to answer in the future. And if he plays that with a straight bat, you know what I mean? You can't say, well, you answered this question. Why? It creates suspicion. If you answer one thing but don't answer another thing, if a question's silly or you don't want to answer it, you just subvert and obfuscate. So I'm looking forward to another. I've got such a bounce in my step since Spurs have been back. It's a beautiful distraction from this, and I'm hoping for another sterling display. Hopefully Maddison will carry on where he left off. We'll see a bit more of Bergvall and Archie Gray, and see if they're playing in better, if Gray's playing in a more comfortable position. I mean, it don't matter because it looks like he can play anywhere on the pitch, which is kind of cool. And I want to see more of what's his name? I can't even remember his name. Sorry, I've been driving a lot today. Will Lancashire. Bill Shakespeare, that'll do. Bill Shakespeare, our young talented striker, because I really like the way he made that run, nipped in for that ball that was threaded through by the outside of Jed Spence's foot. I'm excited to see a bit more of that. Pre-season so far so good. Hey, look, I'm waffling now, but sometimes I just like having a bit of an off-season quality ramble. And oh, hang on. I've got to get my breathing right. I need a coach. Someone help me. I'm only doing 50%. I'm going to go purple. Peace and love, man. Peace and love, and come on, you Spurs.